Monster Movie Media presents.
Blast from the past.
Your weekly talk show.
Laughing gas.
You don't like it, you can.
Kiss my ass.
Cause even James has a
Podcast. Even James has a podcast.
Greetings. Hello, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hello. It's me. It's you. It's us. We're together. It's the Even James as a podcast. Episode 48. I am James H. Carter II, your host. And we have a fun-filled episode for you, as usual. But before we get into all that, I just want to inform yourself. That sounds dumb. This podcast is presented and produced by Monster Movie Media, and is available on Stitcher, which is smart radio for your smartphone. It's an application that allows you to stream this podcast and many others. But this is the one you want to stream over and over again because it's totally awesome. Totally. Right on. Alrighty. And also, before we go any further, I just want to give a special shout out to Ray Ortega from the Podcaster Studio. He had said some really kind things about the show on Twitter, and it was really awesome because basically that show is, for podcasters, giving you tips and problem solving and ways to make the show better. And it's one of my favorite podcasts, and I've learned a lot from him. And so to get some positive feedback from his show was pretty fucking awesome. So that was pretty fucking cool. So special shout out to him. All right. So this episode is just jam-packed with some good time, fun stuff. We have a special guest, which is the band called the Human Adult Band, our guest. Not only will you be hearing some live performances from the band, Trevor, Transylvania, from the band, sat down with myself, Philip, and Marky, and we all four of us just sat down and chatted it up. So you're going to hear some chatting, and you're going to hear some tunes, and it's going to be fucking awesome. So hold on. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
It's time once again for Chit in the Chat in the present tense on the Even James of podcast. We have my co-host with me,
Mark.
Phil.
and we have a special guest.
Drum roll.
Bing!
Trevor, Transylvania.
Trevor, Transylvania from?
The Human Adult Band.
Correct. And, so we are here live at Roxy and Dukes.
Live Roxy and Dukes.
Live at Roxy and Dukes.
We are not dead here at Roxy and Dukes. It makes it sound like we have an audience here, but yeah, I guess these cameras are our audience,
I would like to point out the fact that you said correct after Trevor introduced himself, like he was about to answer wrong or something.
That is the correct answer. Well, it is a little bit like Jeopardy in here, but well, not at all, because I didn't answer in the form of a question. Anyways, so Trevor, you're in the Human Adult Band. Why don't you tell us a little about your band? If let's say you're in a bar and conversation comes up, you're in a band, and like, oh, what do you guys sound like? What do you guys do? Like, what do you say to them?
Well, I used to say we were kind of a lethargic punk band that raised some eyebrows sometimes.
Right.
But more recently, we've taken it up a notch or two. So We've been called a gunk and roll band before, which is kind of like garagey, lo-fi, noisy. You know.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of static in there. You know. Maybe a little psych, a lot of punk. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been a band?
We've been playing. Well, I've been doing a human adult band since 2002. People have come and gone and come back again. You know, Chaz, who's playing with us now on static guitar, was with us at the inception of the band, and then you know, he left for a while, and we had other guitarists, and now he's back. And you
That's
know,
cool.
yeah.
Does it feel more cohesive with like a particular lineup per se, or?
Well, when we were playing with King Darves, who also is a singer on his own terms, but he was playing drums for us for a while, that got pretty loose for a while. It slowed down a lot. It was real loose. There was a lot of, you know, negative space in our music, you know. And,
Okay.
yeah. And it started to pick up a notch when Kyler started playing drums for us. He's more from a kind of like a punk background, so yeah, he does a lot with that hi-hat and snare, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Keeps the tempo
Or
going.
tries. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, our first 7-inch. Set it to a metronome.
Well, you know.
Interesting experiment.
It's like your Dark Side of the Moon with the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, we did.
Set
That's
it to
right.
metronome.
Set it to Adam Sandler's. What's that movie where he goes back to middle school and elementary school?
Oh, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
If you set the first album when the lion roars of Billy Madison, you know, it'll really flip you out.
All right.
shit.
Yeah. How many albums have you released in your 10-year
I
career?
mean, pressed or home pressed or
Just
I mean,
anyone. You know,
I don't- well,
any way
we
you got them
stu-
out to the people.
the first 8 years or so, it was a lot of homemade tapes and CDRs, and
Mhm.
you know, in recent years, we've been doing the vinyl thing and the MP3 thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have 2 LPs and a 7-inch out, and we continue to do the tapes and the CDRs.
Oh, excellent.
And, you know, limited run live sets and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Tape does not need to be dead.
No, it's a new vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I got a Human Adult Band CD from you like a long time ago.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
Probably one of the first.
That's cool. That's cool.
And that's a great memory.
Oh yeah. Well, talking about great memories, here's the one thing that I wanted to bring up is
Okay.
that Trevor saw me in Phil's first band ever.
Oh, yeah, that was,
Oh,
that was
wow.
an honor. That was really great. That was cool. That was Brain Fart.
Brain
Yeah.
fart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Brain
enjoyed
Fart.
that.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
sound for that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Was that
You guys
Hamilton Street?
recorded you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been fun.
The
Brought a
CD
tear
that
to
was
my
that
eye.
was like it was like split up into like because I guess at Hamilton Street they had that like you could like record your on a thing onto a CD.
Yeah.
It had like it was probably like 80 tracks.
Yeah.
Because I think it might have had some sort of thing on it where like anytime there was like
A
some sort
break
of crazy
or-
feedback or
yeah.
something, it split
Yeah.
a track.
Yeah.
So like because Phil's vocals were going through an amp and
Yeah.
like with like effects on it, it was like
awesome.
constant feedback.
So was there a space for each track in between each track, or was it?
No, it was a continuous play.
Continuous
just-
play.
But it was
That's
just
good.
it was like split into like 80 tracks.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was
you
confused
should release
people.
that.
I know.
I was about to
Yeah,
say, you could have just been
terrible.
like, "This is our artistic."
I was
intent.
actually last year for my birthday. James gave me the first time he ever saw the Dollhouse, the band we did right after that. He gave me a CD, and it's the audio from a tape of him filming the set. So like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
commenting
Cool.
on visuals that you don't get to see in the audio recording, and it's really funny to me. And I'd like to release both of those as like
Yeah,
Split
Yeah.
CDR or something.
Yeah.
Right? Of your 2 bands.
that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing. Like it's
Like,
like
Ghost
commentary is part of the art.
That's
You're
true.
speaking over it.
Yeah, like I didn't know, like I knew Mark, I never met Phil, and he invited me to his, see his band, and I just brought a tape recorder because I was tape recording everything, and so
Oh, that's
I'm
what it was. It was
the
a tape
yeah. So I'm
recorder.
sitting there with my friend, and we're talking about what we're seeing,
Yeah.
but and it showed, and then I found that tape last year and I put it on a
Yeah.
CD and gave it to Phil for his
Yeah.
birthday. Because
That was
I'm just constantly talking about all the crazy shit that Phil was
Yeah.
doing.
Phil's big on antics when you're playing live,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Running into Main Street Somerville and your
yeah.
pants down.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
that was the backyard show you guys.
Yeah,
did, right?
yeah.
So we was like playing in some kid's backyard. We had like a shopping cart and
And, like I
think there
set
was
stuff on fire.
there was some fire
Stuffed
going on,
animals were
yeah.
on fire and stuff. We're like, oh, I'm like, all right.
Didn't I? Was that the show that I broke part of the fence? Because there wasn't a lot of backyard shows there.
I don't remember.
I definitely broke part of the fence at one point, like walking on it.
Yeah, I don't know. If you did, I don't remember. The fire really canceled everything out. For
Yeah.
what other bands have you been in? We just mentioned Mohawk Barbie.
Yeah, that was my first band. I started in high school.
Okay.
Then I played for the Brimstones for a year.
Oh, okay.
Which is a garage surf rockabilly band from the Central Jersey area.
Still active?
Still active, yeah.
Yeah.
Still putting out records.
Did they change their
They
sound?
changed- They used to be like satanic surf, and then they
Right.
went into like I would think around the time when you joined. I remember there was like they started going more into like the garage.
Yeah,
thing.
sure. I mean, we did a lot of garage covers. We did 99th Floor by the Moving Sidewalks. We did, of course, Gloria and Louie Louie, and did some Sonics, Ain't No Friend of Mine, stuff like that.
And then they. So were you part of the musical shift in the band, or that happened after you leave?
Oh no, we were playing garage. We did the 99th Floor when I was in the group, and Gloria. Trying to think. Surfing Bird.
Right.
We did a lot of those garage classics back then. We did a lot of surf, Satanics type surf with the, I guess the album's got a lot of satanic overdubs and stuff like that, like kind of like
Oh, okay.
kind of kitsch type stuff too from the 50s.
Right.
Yeah, we were doing all that when I was only in the band for a year, but it was a hell of a ride. It was
Yeah.
we went down and played the Heavy Red Bull Festival in Winston-Salem, and I think we were talking about Sasquatch and the
Yeah,
Sickabillies.
earlier
I
beforehand,
think that
yeah.
they were there. The most memorable band from that fest, though, was what are they called? Not the Butchers. It's the band they had before the Pits.
Mhm.
The Pits, and they were playing, and the drummer had his face painted like a jack-o'-lantern, and they were playing their set, and people started throwing Pabst Blue Ribbon because Pabst was like $1 a can at this festival, at the Rockabilly Festival.
Of course, yes.
And
Should be
and
free.
He starts throwing back with his sticks while he's playing. The next thing you know, there's like
I can't hear you.
this is like he starts hitting them back with his sticks,
Mhm.
And this is in the cellar of the venue, which had like I think it had bars on the windows, almost like an old jailhouse or something. There was like 70 Pabst Blue Ribbon cans in the air at one time, and everyone's sloshing around in the pit while the Pits play. And that was very memorable. Yeah.
That's one of those moments while you're in the middle of it, it's just like a photo snapshot in your head.
Yeah,
You're
it's
like,
still there, man.
You're like, this is amazing.
Yeah. They have an LP out. I'm sure. I think there's some other stuff. Look for it. The Pits.
The Pits. Yeah, I haven't
They
heard
toured
of
with Nashville Pussy, I think, too.
Oh, okay.
Good
happened
old
to those
Nashville-
guys?
Nashville Pussy.
Whatever happened to those guys?
I have no idea.
I'm sure they're still releasing records, as everyone is.
Probably.
Cool. And so, other than those, your only musical ventures?
Oh, well then, let's see. I've got another group called Pots and Power Cells, which is a sequel band to Buckets and Batteries. Buckets and Batteries was like a kind of like a traveling street performing, kind of like avant punk psych type band.
Okay.
All improvised. We played through battery operated amps in the streets, and we had like a bucket as a kick drum, and
Oh, that's
we
awesome.
went up to New England a couple times and down south, and that band broke up, and then I started with some other friends a very similar band called Pots and Power Cells.
Oh, okay.
A sequel band, Buckets and Batteries, and we like
That's awesome.
we'll play outside and in different parks and stuff, and on the street and in our living rooms.
That's great. That's great to take acoustic music to a still like interesting,
was
aggressive
electric.
place.
It was
Oh.
electric. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It
So
wasn't acoustic. It was electric.
that was my fantasy. Because I always wish, I like when people just like could just play anywhere,
Yeah.
and just. But I'm not a fan of like folk music, so
Mm.
I like when the bands can do that.
It's kind of a conundrum. Yeah.
Yeah.
liking music that could be taken anywhere and hating folk.
Yeah,
That's
that's kind of the plight of my whole existence. I dislike funk. Okay,
Yeah, you
hate's
must
a
have
strong
a
word.
real hard time living your life.
Yeah, it really sucks.
always caught in these traps.
Yeah, set myself up for.
I think I have a good question. Being that you've been active and in the local and not so local underground music scene for quite a good portion of time to get a good perspective, what would you say have been a couple of your favorite Central Jersey or just New Jersey acts in general over the past, like, I don't know, bunch of years?
Yeah, New Jersey. Let's see.
Yeah, let's represent Jay.
Well, there's a band that put out one tape and a CDR maybe about 10 years ago called Doggo and Cracker Jacks. Female fronted band. 2 women up front, bass and guitar, and a dude on drums. Played heavy, kind of like the early Swan stuff, like really pounding on those drums real slow.
Yeah.
Oh, that
They're
sounds
kind of
awesome.
sludgy, but they had kind of a melodic part when the 2 girls would sing together.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a little Kill Rock Stars in there, you know, for the vocals. Maybe a little
I'm
Shags too, because they were a little shaky sometimes,
Yeah.
you know. But I really like that band a lot.
What are they called?
Doggo and Cracker Jacks.
It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, Doggo and Cracker Jacks. They're really heavy for that name, you know. They,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. They use the buzz box on the bass, which gave it a real distorted and like kind of blurred sound.
Mm.
And let me turn this off. This keeps buzzing.
Shit's blowing up, son.
Yeah, just give me a second. So if you could find their stuff, you know, online, I'd recommend picking it up. Other good bands. I was friends with a band called the Magnet City Kids. They moved to Philly. They were a really good band. They were kind of minimal bass lines, but the drummer played. I don't know what they're called. Are they like with the beat? Who plays drums here? Is anyone like on the hi hat where you're playing like double beats on the hi hat and kind of like it's like layered beats almost? You know what I'm talking about?
I kind of
Like there's a
Yeah.
beat within the beat. I don't play
Yeah.
drums, so I
Yeah,
don't know, but
I
he would do a lot of that, and then they'd have like
But-
a guy on prepared guitars and 2 keyboards and all this noise over it, and
Oh wow.
they were a good party band. Yeah, they're called the Magnet City Kids. I liked them a lot. And Hunchback, you know,
Yeah.
everyone likes Hunchback.
Yeah.
Hunchback's
Yeah.
really good.
right.
You know, I like the
R.I.P.
whole, Hunchback, but they, you know, their whole touch and go revival stuff,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
you know the horror punk, and you know, so I
Yeah.
do like Hunchback. Yeah.
That's one that I really miss too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I miss them. But
Yeah.
you know that new band, the Weird Fantasy Band's really good too.
They
Yeah,
are.
I like
Yeah.
them a lot. They,
Good
they,
shit.
they don't play
Yeah.
enough. I feel like you know.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
If they played more, they'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that just like whenever Mike feels like it? Is that the
I
consensus?
think so. It's like the rotating cast.
Yeah.
Of people,
Yeah.
So it's like I know they just played a show, like in Brooklyn, and like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
With like
Wow.
Gary and Josh from the Jerks
Hmm.
playing with them, but I don't know. Like apparently, there's no way to find out about anything that happens. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like you know, I saw like a Facebook thing, like someone like a comment on someone else's comment thread saying like, when is the Weird Fantasy Band playing
Jesus
tomorrow?
so lucky ever since I started listening to the Even James Has a Podcast.
How is it lucky?
Dude, because it's the country's #1 hit music podcast.
What country?
You could ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Or do you, punk?
Dude, it's finally time for you to pull your head out of your ass and listen to the Even James Has a Podcast.
Okay, you sold me. I'm gonna go listen to it right now.
Dude, wait for the promo to be over.
You're such a joker.
What Middlesex bands are there?
Currently,
Oh, there's that band Ghost Country. from
Yeah,
Middlesex.
there's that band Ghost Country. They're wacky. I don't know. They kind of play like power funk.
Kind of, just kind of, not really.
Kind of like if Bootsy Collins was getting a blowjob by a girl whose head was on fire and he was still trying to play bass. It's somewhere in that
That
vein.
seems like a Tuesday morning for Bootsy Collins. I don't really know.
I haven't spoken to him in years. I really would notice Tuesdays are like these days.
Yeah, I don't even know what bands there are in
There-
Middlesex anymore, though.
I
I mean, like, there's that Nick kid.
yeah, sure.
like
What's
that-
Vinny's band?
Vinny's band. What is it? Name the Creature.
Name the Creature.
There's a lot of like
They're-
metal,
Yeah,
like like
metal bands and stuff.
grindy metalcore bands.
Yeah, there's more of that going on around here now.
Although
which-
he and Joe Bolster asked me if I wanted to play guitar in a Weezer band,
yeah,
a Weezer type of band.
they didn't ask me, but I'd heard about that.
I always wanted to cover the whole Blue album at like a cover show.
That would
Yeah.
be fun.
Wow, yeah.
So
That
good.
would be fun. I actually heard the Sweater song at work today, which was really weird and off-putting.
And he works at a strip club, so
Yeah, that would be why it was weird.
Some stripper like reenacting the speaking parts.
Yeah. Well, it's really great when she has you hold the string and she walks away.
yeah.
It's, yeah. I don't want to tell you where the string comes from.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin her act.
Oh,
Shout out to Dolores.
Speaking of strip clubs, I was watching. There's this documentary that was made. It's like 1992, I guess, maybe. What's it? Robert Downey Jr. is in it. It's called The Last Party, and it's where he like goes to the Republican National Convention.
Really?
It's
Oh.
really, really good.
I never heard
It's
of it.
really awesome. Yeah, it's like not available anywhere. It's on Hulu right now, which I was really psyched about. But I was watching it, and there's this part where he goes to the strip club and he's talking to the stripper, and like, but she's not stripping on stage. There's a shower in the strip club, like behind plexiglass, and she just like showers.
That's the
in it.
show?
And I was like, where the fuck are those strip clubs? Like, is that a 90s thing? Strip clubs where you go watch a girl take a shower?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's way more my speed than like some
Yeah.
girl coming around asking for money.
That's
you know,
true,
every 5
yeah.
seconds.
let's bring those back.
You know.
You know, I'm not going to say when, but there was a time when I went to this particularly lower class strip club, and I'm just going to be as vague as possible about this because I don't.
Be really specific.
Be really specific. Okay, fine. It was one of those places on Main Street in Boundbrook. I don't remember
New Jersey.
which one.
This is all
Right.
takes place in New Jersey.
Right.
We'll let
So,
listeners.
I'll just broad stroke it because there's a lot, but girls with no teeth.
Nice.
Girls who had nubs.
Nice. Nice.
When you
know,
say
it was
nubs, what are you talking
Two.
about? Get more specific.
A girl with one arm and a half a arm, and a girl with one leg and a half a leg. And then as part of the act, she took off the prosthetic because she came out with the prosthetic on. And then, like, that was part of, like, she had, like...
And you didn't have to pay like a special fee to get.
Yeah, I'm like, this sounds pretty
No.
spectacular.
No, it really is not as awesome as it sounds. Because in theory, that sounds pretty great. But in practice, I guess you just had to be there. Maybe if it was a sexier amputee, it could have been better. But that was another thing. Not only was she an amputee, she was just not that attractive,
Yeah, I think.
plainly.
Yeah, if she was attractive, you know.
And it would have been great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she wasn't. And she was also Russian, and it was really weird. She was really pushy, and she kept demanding dollars.
You mean like from Russia?
But she was
Right off the
yeah,
boat.
Yeah, she wasn't rushing the act. She was from the former communist country of Russia.
Right.
Anyway,
I didn't think we'd get
digress.
political tonight. This is great.
You know, I didn't want to go
Very
there
topical.
either.
Very topical.
Very topical. But that was a changing moment in my life because that girl with no teeth then sent my friend who I had gone with pictures after the fact, and
Oh,
then
wow.
just had followed it with a text, 100 an hour, and that's all it said. It was just 100 an hour.
Like how much for 5 minutes?
I don't know.
Do the
It's
math,
really-
man.
Yeah, I don't know, but she.
Yeah, you guys are gross.
It was pretty awesome. It was a good time. Girls that asked if they could borrow money to buy crack before they got on stage. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they would definitely would have paid you back. So, I don't know how we got here.
I ask myself that kind of thing all the
How did we
time.
get here? So, Trevor, I see you're wearing a Wolfman T-shirt. Is that true?
Correct.
Correct. So why'd you pick out that shirt today?
Well, if you watch the video of us playing live, you'll see that I'm wearing a Dracula
Yes.
T-shirt. So I like to keep the theme going. you know.
Excellent.
If
We
we did a
appreciate
third
that.
installment. Perhaps I'd wear Frankenstein or the Mummy,
Nice.
or maybe the Bride. You know,
Right,
something
right.
like that,
Favorite Universal monster?
yeah. Oh, that's man. I really like Bela Lugosi's Dracula. That's
Yeah.
or Todd Browning's Dracula, but Bela Lugosi. That's,
Right.
I think that's the first one I saw. So.
Yeah.
You know, but recently I've been watching a lot of Mummy and the Invisible Man. When I saw the Invisible Man, that really blew me away. That was his cackling, and that is pretty
Yeah.
wonderful. You know.
Yeah. My girlfriend makes sure that every Halloween season we do not miss watching, as many of the
Yeah.
old famous
It's a good
monster
tradition.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
really good.
pretty awesome.
Have you seen the Son of the Invisible Man?
I didn't
from-
see that one yet. No, is that like a Universal picture? Or is that something else?
It's a sketch from Amazon Women on the Moon. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, it's a really, really great like anthology film from the 80s. Like it's like most of the same people that did Kentucky Fried Movie,
didn't see
then did this movie Amazon Women, like John Landis. Like it's just like 4 or 5 directors doing like all these different little bits, and who is it? It's the dude from Arrested Development that plays the hairless guy in Arrested
Ed
Development.
Begley Jr.
Ed Begley Jr.
Yeah.
I highly there's my girlfriend, her father is like huge into old horror stuff, and he has like what like some kind of universal collection, and it has like with the a couple Invisible Man movies, like it had or some maybe I don't even know, but it has that on it.
They included that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because that's how. Because I told her about Amazon Women on the Moon. She's like, "Oh my god!" Like, and that's how she found out about it, was because they were watching this Universal monster
wow.
thing, and then they saw that and thought it was funny, and then watched the movie.
Yeah, it's done the way it's shot. It looks like it's old. Like
It's
everything.
I'd highly recommend
It's
it.
recreated that style like perfectly.
Yeah.
But with the movie, it's basically it's a series of sketches that are loosely tied together. The premise is that you're turning the channels late at night, and you keep going back to this movie called Amazon Women on the Moon. You should just get it right away. Just
That's what it's called, though. Amazon Women.
The movie.
Is that on DVD?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
And how does the Son of the Invisible Man work? It's one of the channels they turn to.
Yeah. You know what? You could definitely find these individual skits
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube. You don't even,
Yeah.
if you just search that on YouTube, it'll definitely come up.
Just
And
go to the phone right now.
Go to the phone. No,
But,
listeners at home, check out Amazon Women on the Moon
Check
as well.
it out. That sketch alone is like it's genius.
Do you want
Really.
to say what happens in it, or you just want to leave it?
I mean, come on.
I know.
I mean, I'll just say this: ever seen a shirt make a phone call? That's the best thing ever. And if you've seen it, it's funny. But
I have. That's why I left.
Maniacal laughter.
Yes, maniacal laugh.
yeah, fucking love.
That's right. All eyes on
Right.
you, Mark. What do you say?
Yeah.
Cool.
Love
cool.
those
cool.
monster movies.
Yes. Yes. Started a whole company after it.
Oh yeah.
Monster movie media.
What's your favorite monster movie?
Mine? Like Like Universal or just like?
Well,
ever?
I don't know why did you name your production company after monster movies? Like what movies inspired you to do that?
Wow. Whenever the guests ask me questions, I'm always like, I don't know. I don't think it was any
cool.
particular. Yeah, it sounded cool. Well, actually, the name really came from the name of a record label that Mark and I are in a band, Stop King James, and we just released our first album ourselves. So, we didn't, we made up a record label, and I called it Monster Movie Music, like it was the music that was in monster movies.
Is that what you guys sound like? Yeah.
Not at all, but that was just
That would make more sense and be way cooler if it was.
Yeah. That was the thought process, and that was about 5-6 years ago when I came up with that, and started Monster Movie Media about 2 years ago. And this is racking my brain to think of a name of the company because we wanted to do film, music, podcast, everything, and so I'm just like, I'll just call it media, Monster Movie Media, because it covers everything in under one umbrella. But probably for me, the thing that I think got me into liking horror movies at all at a very young age is the movie Monster Squad.
I was gonna just say that
Yeah.
myself. Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
I was on cable a lot back then.
Yeah, it really was.
That was like a real up until that, it was just like having all the knockoff Universal monsters in there. I mean, they're things of legend when you're a little kid, you know, and just having them all right there and like being able to sit through the movie and not being like, I can't watch this, I'm scared. But like it was scary the first time I watched it for sure, but it was like, the kids got them without the adults.
Interesting trivia fact. Didn't you go to school with a kid that was in that movie?
Yeah, I did. And that guy is not with us anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, there goes all hope of Monster Squad 2.
Yeah, no, the dude, what's the fucking name? Fucking Wolfman's Got Nards.
That kid, yeah.
Horace, yes.
My name is Horace.
Yeah. I didn't know him or anything, but we went to school at the same time.
At the same place.
And like in high school, so it was like a few years after he had done it, so he was totally like
over it.
Yeah, not into people saying my name is Horace. Wolfman's Got Nards.
Yeah,
it wasn't that, but yeah, like I remember when Monster Squad came out on DVD like 5 years ago, whenever it was, and they had all those like behind the scenes features, like everyone was talking about, it's like interviews with them now. It's like everyone's great, and everyone's talking like, where's that fucking kid? And then they start talking about him in past tense. And I'm like, this ain't good. Then all of a sudden, the in memoriam music comes up, and he totally died from like pneumonia or something. It was like,
oh wow,
yeah, it was like, so R.I.P. on no Monster Squad sequel.
It's a bummer.
But it's
I
been.
heard they're doing a remake.
Yeah,
of
that's
the Monster
been
Squad.
Really.
That's thrown in the mix of all the remakes that are on the chopping block. But I haven't heard
Bill
anything
and
recently.
Ted Part 3.
Yeah. Although Alex
It's a
Winter
sequel?
is supposedly like,
Really?
they're supposed to be doing it. Like, Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves are supposed to be a part of it at least.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's
really?
hope.
Yeah.
Did you see? Have you seen the trailer for the Dark Shadows movie that's coming out?
No.
I did.
Is that
looks
soap opera?
fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like the original series is like a serious
Dramatic,
melodrama,
gothic.
gothic drama, and fucking leave it to Tim Burton, the man that we all put our trust in years ago, and he fucking ran to the bank and failed us all. Here's the thing. All right, so it's like Barnabas Collins was cursed and then fucking trapped for years. Now it's 1970 and he's a vampire dealing with the fucking modern age, like, and it's just like Johnny Depp as a vampire like sees like the Carpenters on TV and then like rips the back out of the TV and is like, where is this small woman? Or, like it's like fucking terrible.
Well, while that's terrible, Dark Shadows, that sounds like a funny movie.
No, it doesn't look like a fun. It's terrible. Whatever. But
Mark feels very wrong.
My favorite monster movie, Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory.
I haven't watched that yet. I have that on a collection.
It's pretty good.
What year is that from?
I don't know. It's on literally
60s, right?
Some
Isn't that
like
60s?
some yeah, but it's like it was on one of the like horror collections that you gave me like a few years ago.
100 movies for
Yeah,
12
exactly.
bucks.
Yeah, it was
one
on
of
that.
those, yeah.
The sound is all off like a couple seconds and like real grainy.
Although I think the one that I had, it was like, it says that it's like, it's supposed to be like, it's like Boris Karloff, the Frankenstein, Bela Lugosi's Dracula. Like there's a listing of like actual, like horror movies on there. That was like, oh sweet, this was like $5.
Right.
Like, and then you put it in totally different movies on the inside. Like,
Yeah, they really bamboozled.
but I was not disappointed by Werewolf in Paris.
Kmart was selling a collection of about 15 movies. It had Jack Nicholson on the front because it features The Terror. You ever see that movie,
Yeah.
the witch movie, right?
Yeah.
With Jack Nicholson, but all the rest are like 1950s, like really bland, horror.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
That's to get you. There's
But-
like one, like, good Roger Corman movie, and then there's like tons of shit.
Yeah.
But it's cool because it's old.
Oh, exactly.
No, not really. So what's yours, Philip?
Man, I started this and
Yeah,
I
you
haven't
did.
even-
You gotta end it.
The whole time it's been going around, I haven't really thought about it. When I was a little kid, it would definitely have been Monster Squad, and like Critters 2 was big on me at that time. But like going back into like the actual classic horror stuff, I don't know. I'm trying to pinpoint one because I really like anything that Bela Lugosi did. I'm pretty big onto Bela Lugosi and Lon Chaney. I really like any of the Lon Chaney stuff.
Yeah.
There's
See the Black Cat? That's got both of them in it.
yeah,
right?
yeah. I like big fan of that one. I don't know. Freaks really mentally tormented
Todd
me.
Browning's.
Yeah.
Did you know there's another one that came out like maybe late 60s, early 70s? It's called She Freak, which is like it's like the same story.
I've
pretty
heard of
much.
that, but I've
Yeah.
never seen it. Yeah, I've heard of that. Never seen it though. Actually, I have a really cool Lon Chaney picture of him in clown makeup. I forget which movie it was that he played like a full-on circus clown, but he's like in full clown regalia, and I don't know. My girlfriend found it for me. It's really awesome, and just the idea of Lon Chaney being such a chameleon, and like, when he had to play an amputee, he taped his legs behind his,
Yeah, that movie's fucking awesome.
like, he seriously basically cut off circulation to the lower half of his legs for the entire filming of that movie. Every time he's
Wow.
on camera, he's like completely physically uncomfortable, and it shows in the performance. Like, I don't know, anything about that guy really torturing himself to be on screen. Just,
The Black Cat. You said Lon Chaney and Bela Lugosi. That was Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi. The Black Cat.
yes,
Not Lon
that
Chaney.
yeah, no, Lon Chaney.
Chaney's pretty great too.
Yeah, I think he had kind of like, not retired, but kind of been shelved a little bit at that time because Karloff and Lugosi had kind of like taken over. And
Lon Chaney, I think, had a pretty serious drinking problem too.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, he was. There was a book. I don't know if his son wrote it or if it's just about his son's life, but it goes pretty into detail about like, the bastard at home kind of thing. And yeah, he drank quite a lot. Like a bunch of Irish guys at a bar, I guess. I don't know. That's not an offensive analogy. I
In
don't
addition
know.
to being the man of 1,000 faces, he was also the man of 1,000 beatings.
Yeah, apparently.
There was a never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I was hanging off, man. Whenever you come in with the and then you hold it, we're just like undivided attention, just like.
And then
I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Undeserving attention.
Undeserving attention, I guess. All right, so what's next for Human Adult Band?
Well, we're talking about doing another 7-inch. We have a
Okay.
song called "The Garbage in the Trees," which I'd like to put on a 45.
Nice.
The B-side is, I guess, to be decided upon still. And probably some more tapes. We got another album in the can, but just kind of waiting to see where we could take that.
Are you shopping it, or
Albums,
you want to release it on a? another
not. I
label?
mean, we just came out with the last one, Hearing Damage, just in December, so
Mhm.
I'm not really shopping it around too much just yet, but I'm sure I'll get around to it.
Right.
But the other one just came out on Third Uncle and Heat Retention Records. I actually have it right here.
All right. Yes, I forgot to mention you have a brown
Plug.
case there.
Yep. So this is the Hearing Damage sessions. This is Third Uncle Records and Heat Retention. full-length album, studio album.
Very nice.
Where'd you record that at?
Actually at Permanent Hearing Damage Studios in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
He does a lot of hardcore bands.
Cool.
He did Witch Hunt's last album.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got this one, which there are some left. The Mugwort and Sage Sessions. One-sided LP on Sweetheart Relations.
What's on the other
Find that online. On the other side,
What's on the other side? Yeah.
there's some artwork by my buddy Ant Roke, who played in Doomsday Sleepover and Bog Body. He does a lot of art for us. So, kind of a collage.
Very
And
cool.
the last one I'll show off here is our 7-inch, our Samantha 7-inch, which has got the bride on it.
Very nice.
I have that one.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's got our song Samantha on the A side, and then there's a song poem on the B side by seminal art rocker Jad Fair. Same lyrics, same song, different backing music he recorded for it.
Oh, cool.
So it was a mail order song. You guys like half Japanese?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Jad Fair. It was a mail order song. He did our song Samantha. And,
Yeah, that's
Very
crazy.
cool.
I heard about the song poems. Like that's like some crazy. There's some crazy shit.
yeah,
with that.
collections
like,
of that stuff.
Yeah, it's like they used to like. What was it like? It was a thing where it would be like you write down your lyrics and mail it into us, and then we'll record a song with those lyrics.
Right.
Like in like the 70s, it was big. Like and so
Oh,
apparently,
really?
Like
Oh, wow.
like yeah, like just
Yeah.
you know random people. It's whatever. So like apparently like Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller
Mhm.
has like one of the biggest collections of song poems.
And he also puts out a lot of, I think it's him that puts out a lot of half Japanese albums too.
Oh really?
Is he the big guy from Penn and Teller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he also put out like a big part of their catalog.
Oh wow.
He's
I
like
didn't
a
know
lot
that.
of outsider rock. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Who
Interesting
knew?
fact.
yeah.
Who knew?
That guy just got even more cool.
Yeah, check out the documentary about half Japanese. He's in there talking about how like if Jad like effed up some deal they had going, he was going to strangle him. So he's going to be the guy who strangles Jad Fair. You know, like, pretty rough.
That's funny.
Very cool. Do you have any gigs coming up or anything you want to plug?
I have another band called the Summer Dresses, which is kind of like a cross between, I say, no wave, Japanese psych, and power violence. And we're playing the Alpha Art Gallery in New Brunswick on April 21st, part of the Omega Sound Fix Festival. And I'll be playing in some parks in Highland Park this summer.
All right.
And,
some random appearances.
Human adults are looking for. Well, we're working on a gig in Brooklyn with some of our Brooklyn friends. That's kind of like a New York record release. We did a Philly, New Brunswick one, and we're going to do a Brooklyn one.
Okay.
Sometime soon. So look out for it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for coming on down.
Yeah, thank you
Being on the
guys. I
show.
really appreciate it.
And thanks for performing. A few minutes ago. No, whenever. I don't know how this is going to be edited, but
A few months ago.
a few
right?
months ago. It was recorded a few months ago, but you know, in podcast land, it'll you would have heard it just now. So thanks for coming. Thanks for you and the rest of the guys coming down and rocking out for us.
Of course.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah. Do widzenia.
Alrighty.
Looked dead, didn't I? Well, I wasn't.
Even James is a podcast. Podcast is back with more megabytes than you can handle.
What is a megabyte? Well, what a megabyte is, it's basically a million bytes.
Yeah.
And there's 8 bytes.
Yeah.
Basically to a bit.
Uh-huh.
We're the bomb.
Okay, shut up. Stop talking.
Okay, what a fun-filled show that was. So much fun and filling and all that good stuff. I'm going to tell you the songs that Human Adult Band played. What you just heard, just then, was a song called Night Terrors. And a little bit earlier in the show, they performed Snakebite. So, that was that. So, unfortunately, it's about that time where I gotta, leave your ears until the next episode. So, I want to tide you over, so you don't get James withdrawals. And so, here's some information for your face. You can follow me on Twitter at James H. Carter 2, the number. You want to send us email, questions, love, hate mail, advice, or to be a guest, which, we may let you be a guest, which is jamespodcast@gmail.com. Visit our website, The Even James Has a Podcast, podcast.com, for the video version, show notes, and bonus content. And, check out our Facebook and see what I'm writing there. You can listen and subscribe and review and download and marry and love for the rest of your life this show on iTunes and, of course, or on Stitcher. So thanks again to Trevor, Transylvania, and the rest of Human Adult Band for being guests. Thanks to Jim from Roxy Dukes for allowing us to invade the VIP area, as we love to do. And that's gonna sum it up for this week. So keep one foot in the gutter, the other in the grave, and I'll see you later, dudes. Later, dudes.